In this particular video, I'm going to go over how you can use OnCourse Classroom's assessment feature to provide students with feedback in an open-ended manner that also automatically goes to the gradebook. So we're going to call this an exit ticket. And we're going to call this open-ended. I'm going to put a few things in here just to show you this is not overkill, but this is a few ways in which you can create this using open-ended questions that you can go back and review quickly, just as you would if you had an open-ended question that you did on an exit ticket on paper or formally used for Google Forms. So we're going to call this exit ticket open-ended. I'm doing this in my English class just to keep it separate from the last one I did. I'm going to do it as a graded assignment, and I'm going to put it in my formative category. You have the option for non-calculated and check mark. Remember, if you use check mark, you need to make sure that it is a non-calculated assignment. So in this particular assignment, what we want to do in this English class is we want to discuss actually, this is what we want to do. First, we want to watch Junction video to complete conjunction Nearpod, and then we want to complete assessment, which is the exit ticket. Okay, so I'm going to find the conjunction video, and I'm going to loop it in here. As always, with any other videos that you have, please make sure that you send them to the IT team via the ticket system so that we can unblock them for you. Okay, we're going to call this conjunction video so the kids will know. And then we're also going to put a link to our Nearpod. I don't have one, but I'm just going to pretend like this is it here. Okay, and that's my Nearpod here. What you might want to do is name the Nearpod for conjunction Nearpod. And then I'm going to go into my assessment or exit ticket. So I'm going to go into my assessment tab. And I'm going to have a couple of multiple choice questions. So I'm going to click on add an item. And I'm going to add new. And I'm going to do just a plain multiple choice. Okay. So here we have the question. But what I needed to do at the top was, and I'm going to save this right now. All right. I want to change the settings on this one, on this particular layout here. And I want to be able to add some premium feature content to this. Click in here to adjust, edit. Okay, so on this particular question, I have the question and there's more options. So you want to make sure that you've gone through all of the options that you have, and you want to be able to put a stimulus here. So I want to be able to say, choose the conjunction. And then I'm going to go to save. Okay, I'm aware. And then I'm going to click on my question again, edit. And you're going to say afraid. You're going to say but, scary, want. Okay. And then you're going to choose your option here for my conjunction. And if you had other options, same as before, click Save Assignment. So as if we had several of these questions. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add another item. And in this second one, I want the kids to actually explain to me what a conjunction is. So I'm going to add a new question, and I'm going to do, let's see, we're going to do a fill in the blanks drag and drop. So I'm going to have a sentence, probably a few sentences. Okay, so I'm setting up my drag and drop here. I wanted to go to the movies, but I could not find a ride. And then we're going to continue. Where is my... Okay, possible responses. And here's my question. So I'm going to go ahead and click Save Assignment. So I have my first, which is a drag and drop here. Creating those, and I'm using a text box. And then I'm going to create another item. And in this one, I want to create where is it? Highlight and drawing, token highlight. Okay, so we're going to write a little bit of sentence story here. And I'm going to pause it so you guys don't have to watch me do all that. Okay, so I did a little thing here. We're going to edit our token. So it's going to be a word. And you're going to click on the ones that are my conjunctions. You want to make sure all of them are clicked because you want them to be able to have to choose between all of them. If you wanted to make this modified, you could just have it be certain words that they choose from. Okay, so all these means are clickable, and then down here you click your right answers. Okay, so I'm going to save this one, and we're going to do one more question. And we're going to do written and recorded, and we're going to do an audio recorder. Okay, so what we want them to do is tell a story with 3 sentences and use a conjunction correctly in each sentence. We want to use the player type block, and I just leave all this stuff standard. We're going to click save here, and we are going to save and publish the assignment. Now I'm going to go in as the student so that you can see what this looks like. So in OnCourse, I'm in my English class. Let me try this one. Go back to my English class. And I see my exit ticket open-ended. I've watched my conjunction junction video. I've done my Nearpod, and now I'm ready to take my assessment. I'm going to click start. Okay, I'm going to choose my answers here. And then I have to tell a story with 3 sentences, please. You could use a conjunction correctly in each sentence. I went to the mall with my sister and brother. My mom decided it was time for us to eat lunch, but I wanted ice cream. I've decided that I like the mall and the movies. Click stop. As a student, I'm going to click review and finish. All have been attempted. Go to yes. Clues. So when I go back in as the teacher here in classroom, I'm going to refresh that page. And I can see that there's one submission here. Notice it says it can't auto grade because there's teacher feedback, because there's one that we didn't provide an answer to. So when I click on the submission, I can see and give feedback to all of the ones here that may or may not have gotten right. And then I have the audio player. My suggestion is if most of your things here are auto multiple choice, you're just going to grade by item, and you're going to choose the last item where you say tell a story. Then it'll put all of the students' audios back to back to back to back. So basically, I'm going to listen to Violet. I went to the mall with my sister and brother. Okay, so she's used conjunctions correctly. I listened to the whole thing. You heard me. I'm going to put a 1 there. Notice it fixes it. If I go by grade by assessment, it's now been adjusted. This is her grade, a 75. I'm going to X out of this. And then this is an important tip. You have to return this to the student, okay? So here we have auto graded. So I'm going to go, because it's been auto graded in addition to whatever you've gotten, I'm going to go back to my grade book. And in my grade book here, that's not what I wanted to do. In my grade book, and if I go to English and I look at Violet, you can see she got a 75 on this exit ticket open-ended. It was super quick and easy for me to go in and grade those. I'm going to go back to my classroom, and now I want them to see what they've done wrong. So you need to choose all the students here who need return assignments and publish grade. Once you do that, the students can then see that assignment. So we're going to go back in as Violet really quick. I want to show you something. The math assignment that we did earlier, notice she can't, when we go back here, she can't click on this because it hasn't been returned. Whereas if I go into the English class, it has been returned to her, and she can click on it and view the errors that she made, and any feedback the teacher has given are all listed here. So I hope this helps you guys wrap your head around how you can use OnCourse Classroom to give an assignment that can go into the grade book to help your grading be much quicker and